Only 5 levels for him. Now, something else that I promised I would do after I beat the Fort Tree City Gym. Oh, speaking of which, let's go ahead and check our trainer card. Because we now have the Feather Badge. And yes, we've beaten Winona, so we only have 2 gym leaders to go. Well, technically 3, since the next gym leader is actually 2 leaders. So, yes, we have the Feather Badge. Anyway, something I promised that I would do regarding Igil is I promised that I would trade to evolve him. Now, normally what I would do is, since my other 3DS does not have a capture card, normally what I would do is I would trade them over with an Everstone, then remove the Everstone, and then trade it back so I get the evolution on camera. However, there's a glitch involving Kadabra. For some reason, a Kadabra traded with an Everstone will always evolve. It just overrides the Everstone completely, and Kadabra is the only trade evolution to do this. It's really strange. I don't know why it happens, but yeah, Kadabra just always, you know, completely ignores its Everstone when it's traded, so this means that I am not, in fact, going to be showing this evolution on camera. There's no way that I can. So, get one last look at Igil as a Kadabra, for this is going to be the last time you'll see him like this. When we next see him, Igil will be an Alakazam. And it is going to be awesome. Look at those stats now. They're actually pretty amazing for this point in the game. But just you wait. Just you wait. Okay, you know what? I don't know why, but I kind of feel like showing the trade. So, gonna go ahead and go into PSS on this game. Oh, Professor Birch, leading figure in Pokemon research, has announced a new theory regarding Pokemon diversity. That's interesting. Thanks to the fieldwork that I conducted with aid of... Yeah, May, that's cool. Yeah, so 3,000 years ago it was a more hospitable environment. Maybe Team Aqua's onto something. Maybe. Anyway. More name registration. Now let's just check this out. If we press the PSS button here, I'll just go into my Y version of my other DS, and if I press this... Oh, this is the first time I've actually used this. Blah, 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 blah. PSS, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I actually have to register my other DS as well, as a, friend. Playing like 490 hours of my other game. You can't see that, of course, but yeah. Anyway, so I should be showing up very, very soon. Hey, there's me! Watch my video. That's what I set my, thing to. So, let's go and... Oh, hey, it shows their friend code. That was not the case with X and Y. That's actually kind of cool. It makes sharing friend codes a lot easier. So, let's go ahead and do a trade. And of course, we have to save the game. Now I have to accept the trade offer on my other DS. Yes. Of course, Alf shows up as a completely uncustomized male protagonist of Pokemon X on my X version because they weren't really programmed with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire in mind. Unlike Pokemon Colosseum, which actually did have the 3D models for new trainers actually programmed into the game already. That was actually kind of cool. Anyway, we're going into the trade now. So, we are communicating. Trade partner, Big Clinky. Unfortunately, you're not actually going to see Igil evolve, which is very annoying, but at least you'll sort of be able to see, okay, so of course, I'm going to show Igil, because that is the Pokemon I'm going to be trading. On my other game, Anyway, this is my shiny love disc that I named Wedlock. I found it when I was watching Marilyn's Wedlock videos, and I wasn't chain fishing as well, so yeah. Yep, get a shiny randomly and it happens to be a love disc. Of course, I also have this shiny Trevenant. Unfortunately, it's timid. And I also have a shiny Fungus that I don't have here because it's in one of my teams. Oh, also, for any of you who wanted to see this, this is Tusks. This was actually got from one of Mariland's, his streamed Sleeplock verses. I'll provide a link to the part, maybe, in the video or in the description, but just if you want to know, this is the very same Pokemon that Maryland caught, and that is now in my game. He has a perfect defense IV as well. I kind of want to train him. You know what? Part of me wants to send Tusks over as the trade for the Kadabra. I don't know why, I just kind of do. So, let's do this then. Sadly, again, you are not going to be seeing Igil evolve. So, temporarily sending you away. We'll see you again soon, don't worry. Oh, the trade background is different now. It's very different from X and Y. So, here we have... Hi, Tusks. You've been on quite a journey lately, haven't you? I'll send you right back. I'm going to train this guy up into a... He's got a plus defense minus speed nature. I might use him in Trick Room. No, wait, no, he's Brave Nature plus attack minus speed and perfect defense IV by sheer coincidence, so I might actually train him up for a Trick Room team. Oh yeah, Igil is now evolving on my other DS, so yeah, you aren't able to see that, sadly. But there he is. Igil is now an Alakazam, which again, you cannot see, sadly. Always takes a while when trade evolution happens, but hopefully we should be getting back into this quite soon. Something that I like about these new games, though, you don't actually have to trade Pokemon out of your party. You can actually trade straight out of your PC, which is annoying, because now I have to actually go ahead and find the right box that Tusks was in. There we go. There is Igil. So, let's get Igil back, shall we? I'm not going to look at his stats until I actually get him over in my game. So, Tusks, you go back to my other game, and hopefully you'll be a Haxorus one day. I really need to get around to training him. But, that is for a later time, because for now, Igil has returned, stronger than ever before. You know, there are people who have rules regarding trade evolutions in challenges. I love how it says welcome back if you're actually getting a Pokemon back. It's kind of cool. Some people ban ban trading in general. I do admit that, like, in a challenge with encounter rules and stuff, you probably shouldn't be allowed to trade with other games, because that kind of defeats the purpose of, you know, I do not want to do something else with myself, but I do want to, oh wait, I don't get the option to register, we're just acquaintances for now. Anyway, that kind of does it for my other game. I should just turn that off now. And we have Igil back, so we should check him out. Level 35, now an Alakazam, and his stats improved a little bit, but not, like, amazingly much. Like, Kadabra's stats are still very good. Most of the trade evolution Pokemon actually have pretty good stats on their own right, probably just to make it so that it's not totally unfair for people who have no access to trading. They still have pretty good Pokemon, so like Haunter, Kadabra, Graveler, Marcho, they're actually all pretty decent, and their evolutions don't improve their stats that much, so again, that's meant to be so it's not unfair to people who have no access to trading. But speaking of no access to trading, some people sort of, that's an interesting animation. Guess that's supposed to be Psycho Cut or something? Some people tend to ban trading, which means, like, no trade evolutions, but really, I think trading, if you've got a trade evolution you can do, is fine. So, like, for example, you know, Kadabra and Alakazam, I can do that just fine. Again, if the trade involved an item, I would actually need to have that item on my game, so I could just go, oh hey, I want to evolve my Scizor, but I have my Scyther, but I have no Metal Coat on my game. Oh, but I have Metal Coat on my other version, I'll just trade over a Metal Coat and nope, not allowed to do that. Not allowed to do that. But yeah. Although the thing is, I still say that personally, if you are playing a challenge run on an emulator, personally, I think you should not allow trade evolutions. Because really, not being able to trade, that's the price you have to pay for using an emulator. That's in my book. I don't really approve, well, I don't approve of piracy in the slightest, and I personally feel that not being able to trade is the price that comes with using an emulator. So I actually did a run of Pokemon Leaf Green that was on an emulator. I had a Machoke that carried me towards the end of the game. He got through the Elite Four pretty well, and yeah, I never evolved him into Machamp because I felt that it wouldn't be right. So yeah, that's all about trading. Now, as for what I'm planning on doing next, I guess you'll have to find out. You know, I just realized, do I have the TM Smackdown? Do I have Smackdown? There, yes I do. Oh, hey, Anorith already has that. Didn't actually realize that. Oh, and Loudred can learn it. That's interesting. Interesting. Anyway, wait, I'll just see if I have any better bug TMs as well. Raw, Toxic... Guess I could teach Dig to Bone Flute, but oh wait, what's better, Rock Tomb or Smackdown? Rock Tomb has less than perfect accuracy, but it does have the useful side effect of lowering speed. Smackdown, oh, it's also stronger than Smackdown too. Smackdown, it's really, the main thing about Smackdown is, it's the only physical rock move that has perfect accuracy, which is, every single other physical rock move has less than perfect accuracy, but 95 is not that bad, and it's extra power, and the speed drop could be useful. I'll just teach Rock Tomb. Thief. Thief is actually not bad on Kavana. Until I get Crunch, let's see. Oh, I already have Assurance. Do I need that? Not exactly. And I have Ice Fang already, which is actually a very useful move. I may as well go for Thief for the time being. Just, same effect, but stealing items could be useful. Oh, of course! Loudred can learn this! I mean, it's got low power and all, but I will be switching a fair bit in this challenge. I mean, I do like Secret Power, though, and Howl, I have never used Howl for a long time, and Bite is kind of bad. And this will help against all those Steel types. Yeah, I definitely want to learn that, actually. So I'm having a bit of a TM session here. Steel Wing, nothing. False Swipe, let's see, Incinerate. Oh yeah, Loudred can learn Incinerate, too. Mighty Yetta can learn Incinerate? Really? Don't think it can learn many other Fire-type moves. That's interesting. Nothing with Shadow Claw, Retaliate, nah. Oh yeah, Anorith can learn Rock Polish, but I don't want to use it. No Volt Switch. Swords Dance. That may not be a bad option. Usually you don't get this TM this early in the game. Usually it comes much later on. Let's see if Bone Flute can forget something for Swords Dance. What do I have? Water Gun, Fury Cutter, Rock Tomb, and Metal Claw. Fury Cutter's not nearly as bad as it used to be. I may as well get rid of Water Gun. Because Swords Dance could prove to be very useful at points. No Bulldoze, sadly. But I could put it on Loudred. Trick Room. Alakazam can learn it despite being freakishly fast. Everything can learn Secret Power, Nature Power. That's not a bad option, although it's a bit unreliable during the main story. In multiplayer, it's always Tri-Attack, which is not that bad for Grovyle, but again, unreliable during the main game. I will kind of need something with a cut, maybe. So I guess that's it for TMs at the moment. But now what I actually want to do is, I might want to go ahead and check out a few areas that I haven't actually explored yet. You know what? The harmonica here reminds me a little of Outskirts Stand from Colosseum. Anyway, remember how I said before that I was saving certain areas? In fact, actually, now that we can surf a bit, and you know, we could. I'm pretty sure the levels in the Abandoned Ship or Sea Morville are all balanced to when you first are able to surf, so I could take that on now. There's a very large level gap between now and it's literally a 10 level gap between now and the next gym, so we've got plenty of level room. You know what? I think I might actually do a bit of a backtracking episode. Okay then, so I'll see you at the first place I want to backtrack to. Actually, a trainer here wants a rematch, and Igil would do extremely well against him. Should I try this out? You know what? I'm gonna go and test this. I'm so sorry, Mr. Ranger. I'm very, very sorry about this, but it is time for the new and improved Igil to make his entrance. I gotta be careful though, because the trainers might randomly spike their levels out of nowhere. They did that a bit after. Okay, yeah, this guy has got his levels up a bit at least, I think. Was he this high last time? I'm not sure, but doesn't really matter because his Survivor is gone. Now level ups from that, but I guess Airhorn can take out the Vigor off. And we're almost at level 36, which means that Sceptile might be, not Sceptile yet, Trumpeter might be evolving into Sceptile soon. And I would try out Overheat, except for the Rain. Although Overheat does have a problem with PP, considering that I can't heal at Pokemon Centers. I can only heal at Pokemon Centers once, so I'll have to be using a lot of Ethers and Elixirs on it, which is kind of annoying, actually. Endure worked twice in a row, really. Endure's success rate goes down by half every time it's used, so, oh, that wouldn't have actually KO'd you anyway. Slash, though, that's kind of powerful, especially if that wasn't even a crit. Although, really, I seem to remember there being a healing point in the abandoned ship, I think. I'm pretty sure there is. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to that area I want to get to. Now, this is sort of interesting. Igil is wanting to learn the move Ally Switch. Ally Switch is an interesting move that honestly should be used a lot more in competitive doubles, but it's only useful in doubles, and seeing as there aren't many double battles in this main story, I mean, it's alright in the right cases, but I'll not learn it because it's a bit too situational for the main game. It's an interesting move though really Behem is sort of the only Pokemon that's actually kind of good at doing it. Because Behem is the only Pokemon that learns it that it has any kind of defenses. Most Pokemon that learn it are really frail. Basically, it makes you swap positions with your ally, so it's a pretty interesting move. Basically, any moves that would have been targeting you will hit your ally instead, and anything that was going to hit your ally will hit you. It's really good to pull your ally out of dangerous situations or redirect moves and stuff. But again, Behem is really the only decent user for it. It gives Behem a pretty good niche in doubles though, because like, honestly, Behem is not a very good Pokemon in singles, but in doubles, just due to Ally Switch, it's actually really useful. I used one in one of my Trick Room teams, and it actually served me pretty well. Anyway. So we're here on route, I believe this is yes it is 115, and with Surf we can access the top portion here. We technically haven't got an encounter on here yet actually, but I was actually saving a couple of the battles here. I want to kind of gauge what level they are roughly, because maybe my two new members could, though I don't want them to faint before they actually get enough experience, because the next heal point isn't for ages, but... So we have a Metatite. And it is level 25. Yeah, that's probably a bit too strong for them. But certainly not too strong for my team veterans. And this should give alright experience to my two new team members, while still not giving very much to my main team members, and so not over-leveling them very much. That's the idea of saving this route until later anyway. That's actually pretty cool, yeah. But there's a black belt over here that I missed. Isn't this... yeah, you might want to be careful about doing that. Yes, it is Black Belt Knob, but now, I always thought this guy's name was kind of funny at first, but actually, this guy is actually named after the main translator of the earlier Pokemon games. Oh, I forgot his last name, though. It is he does have a Japanese-sounding surname, though, but Knob is his, well, Might be a nickname, I'm not sure, but the thing is, though, I'm pretty sure that was the translator who was actually a member of the Something Awful forums, and that was why a whole lot of internet memes got inserted into Diamond and Pearl's dialogue. But he actually has done a few things. He's actually quite famous, so yeah. Interesting, they put a reference to him in, there usually is always a black belt named Nob in a lot of games, and that's why. He's, oh, I forgot there was a collector here. You have rare Pokemon, huh? Well, let's see then, I'll be the judge of that. Collector Hector. Oh, well, I admit that's pretty funny. Anyway, Zangoose is actually quite rare on this version. In fact, it's non-existent on this version. I can't even get it, so... Oh, Zangoose would have been a cool Pokemon to get, I will admit. Zangoose is actually... I've already said it before, but Zangoose is pretty decent, especially now that it gets close combat. Collector Hector. Sorry, that's... I don't know why I find that funny, but as it is. Well, yeah, it is pretty rare on Sapphire version. On Ruby, well, they are really only around one route, so I guess it is kind of rare on Ruby version as well. But yes, Zangoose and Seviper, the mortal enemies that ironically can actually breed. Yes, they are both in the same egg group and can breed. I once tried to... anyway, let's just see if this place is where I think it is. Okay, it is through here. I want to check what I can get in the water, though, because... Oh, I can get Wailmer. That was a Pelipper. I'm not sure I want Pelipper just yet. Okay, this just leads back down here. Anyway, I once tried to write a recreation of Romeo and Juliet using Zangoose and Seviper, but it didn't really go very far, but it was an interesting concept while it lasted. That was a Pelipper. Pelippers are actually very good for training electric types because they're easy to KO with electric moves and give a lot of experience. Oh, I almost ran into a Wingull. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a Wingull. I mean, since I actually missed the Wingull on Route 103, that doesn't remove Wingull from Dupe's Claws permanently. I still can get Wingull if I find it later. But at the moment, I'm stuck finding Tentacles. The problem is there just isn't very many Pokemon on the water route. There isn't very many Pokemon on the water routes. There aren't very many water Pokemon that you can actually catch, really, on the water routes. Once you... like, the assortment of Pokemon is pretty much the same wherever you are. So, we're on this, new beach. I like to call this the secret beach in a way, because it's, almost ran right into that guy. Now, the traders here should be a bit higher level, considering that we need Surf to actually get them. Oh yes, it's plural Marchop, so he has several of them. But, I don't know if this guy... I know there's been a black belt named Koichi in at least one other game, but yeah. This guy's pretty funny, though. My! Marchop! Demand a battle! Not as funny as that one guy in, the... Oh, their levels aren't actually higher. The one guy in the cave... in the reflecting cave in X and Y, who was all like, BATTLE! And REGRET! Oh, that guy was cool. That guy was very cool. As well as the, I can't feel my toes hiker, who spoke in all capitals. Another Marchop. Yeah, Trumpeter still has this. I should probably stop using Leaf Blade, it's not actually the best move. Grass Pledge is, a lot stronger, due to my higher special attack. Seriously, don't underestimate Grass Pledge, it's actually a pretty decent move when we don't have, other better grass moves. You said 3 ouches, and yet you only had 2 Marchops. Was the third ouchie you? Now, I think there's a certain someone in this area who I remember, and this place is kind of confusing! Oh, right, ambushing expert. Here we go. And it's Expert Timothy. You might remember him from the demo. And he has a big Fattyama. Speaking of Hariyama, yeah, Hariyama's Japanese name is Hariteyama, which roughly translates as Sumo Hand Mountain. Yama is apparently a common suffix on sumo wrestler names, so that's kind of the reason. But, oh, really? Wow. Well, might want to use one of my revives, actually, because otherwise, he's not going to get an evolution until Lily Cove City. Wow, okay. This is actually very, very bad. Hariyama's a pretty strong Pokemon. But anyway, Hariyama's English name is actually kind of funny because it translates as... I really should have used a different pair here. Because Hariyama's English name translates as pincushion in Japanese. For some reason, they cut off the tear. Now, I understand Makuhita's Japanese name was actually also a bit longer than its English name. Here, I understand cutting it a bit because, let's just say that its Japanese name meant it contained a censored word. Yeah, but... Oh, as much as I want to save my revives for the Pokemon League, I don't think there's much harm in using a revive now on, Trumpeter. How close is he to level 36? Let's see. A little bit off. Not quite, like, not that far, but just a little bit off. Yeah, the problem here is I kind of only really have 2 active pairs to work with, considering my 3rd is so low leveled. I kind of need to train them a bit. And here we have Bluckberries. I always found that name pretty funny. Bluckberries. Oh, there's grass here. I didn't actually know there was grass here. And this is still 115, so I could get an encounter here. Looks like we can find Tailo here. And, in fact, every Pokemon in the grass I haven't caught yet. So, I am guaranteed to get something in this grass if I do go for it. So that's actually pretty cool. Oh, Ruin Maniac. Now, you probably have something that's weak to Trumpeter. I don't actually remember there being a Ruin Maniac around here in the original games. Usually Ruin Maniacs are only around where there are Regirock, Regice, or Registeel ruins, but there are any in this area. Okay, hopefully Trumpeter can get payback for what happened before. I would just use Leaf Blade, but I think... I don't want to take any chances anymore. And a Sand Slash. Another Sand Slash. Both level 25. So the levels here are kind of low-ish. But, at least... this will give me a bit of a buffer while my lower level Pokemon get more experience from the experience share. Oh, Trumpeter is so close. Tuber is only 3 levels off evolving as well, and Airhorn's leveling up. Rest. That's not a bad idea, seeing as I don't have... I could actually go for Chesto Rest as well, but... I'll get rid of Bite, because I don't use that very much. Doesn't leave me with that much options against Ghosts, but oh well. Oh, what a mystery! Yes, it's a mystery that you're here, considering there are no ruins. Business. Oh, you must be new then! Yeah, you are new to this game. So we still have the rough area around Meteor Falls. PP up, that's always useful to have. Also, we have the return of this amazing music. Oh, actually, good thing I switched over to the match bike. Okay, I remember there being a trainer around here somewhere. Heal Powder. Oh wait, Energy Powder is the one that actually restores HP. I could have used Energy Powder right now, but anyway. Let's just see what this base looks like. I don't predict anything really major. Oh, this is a 2-floor base. You know what? I might just switch this here just to try something. Let me just see something. Let me see what these stairs do. Stairs. There we go. So if we put stairs there, we can actually have a 2-floor secret base. That's pretty cool. So this is a new item that wasn't in the original games. That's a pretty good addition overall. Yeah, sorry about that. If I have to get out of the recording a few times, it's because, oh, it seems like it's hay fever season at the moment where I live. Anyway, up here, I want to put this on just so I can check if there are any hidden items. Nothing in the middle of that crater, though. But, I mean, there must be something up here, seeing as we need the match bike to actually access it. And you'd think there'd be a hidden item in there, but there isn't. Iron. Well, free vitamin is alright. Let's see what's in here, though, because this secret base requires a bike to get to. Oh, it's just a whole base. Yeah, I hate to interrupt this music, but the match bike is great. Yeah, I switched back to the match bike because it's my preferred bike, because, well, you know, it's faster. But anyway, looks like we might be able to get a new encounter here. So, what will our encounter be? And I gotta be careful, because there are a lot of flying types around here, and I don't want Trumpeter to get destroyed. Let's go with Airhorn for her bulkiness. Now then, let's see what we get here. I'm pretty sure that I don't have anything that's in the grass, so whatever I find here, I get, and it is a Tailo. Normally you get Tailo much earlier, but, well, I guess I won't complain about Tailo here. Unfortunately, most of my moves are probably a bit too strong for this thing. I could just try resting to get some healing in. Let's do that. I've got Chesto Berries to spare. Okay, you're using Double Team. Thankfully, Double Team does not make Pokeballs any less accurate. I still remember back in Red, Blue, and Yellow, it was actually possible to miss Pokemon with Pokeballs. Like, you get a message that would say the ball missed. It only seemed to happen on Legendary Pokemon and stuff, but it apparently was not a kind of a mechanic unique to the original games. It was just that if the catch rate formula rolled a very, very low number, the Pokeball would be stated to miss the Pokemon entirely. That just was not the case in later generations. In later generations, if you rolled very low for your catch rates, it would just break out before the first wobble. So we have Tailo, the tiny swallow Pokemon. Tailo is young. It has only just left its nest, even if there's a level 100 Tailo out there. As a result, it sometimes becomes lonesome and cries at night. Oh. This Pokemon feeds on Wurmple that live in forests. Okay, good thing I don't have a Wurmple on my team anymore. You know, it would be funny if in the wedlock you ended up with a Wurmple and a Tailo being paired. That would be pretty hilarious. Anyway, nickname time. You know, I might name this thing Fife. It kind of sounds fitting. Kind of a shame that we get all these encounters and we actually won't be using most of them, but Swallow's not a bad Pokemon. I'll definitely take Tailo. You know, it's possible to get Talos to show up in the wild with Boom Burst on Dex Nav, and if you get that early in the game, I mean, its special attack is not very good, but still, that's a 140 power move this early in the game. Probably could have got Swablu here, I just realized, but, well, at least I got Tailo. Tailo's not bad. So, I guess we have nothing else left to do but to head on over to, I guess, the first sea route we need to travel through to get to the abandoned ship is pretty close by. So, I'll see you there. So, we're here at the beach here, and something just showed up in the water, but it's probably just a tentacle or a Wingull. So we already have something on Route 104, we got Cittern here, so we don't actually get anything on the water just yet. But we can start surfing here and explore the area that we missed back when we took the ship with Mr. Briney. Now this would be Route 105, now I don't think we have anything here. So if a Wingull shows up, we actually could catch it. Now, whenever you're on these water routes, it's often useful to look at the map, because that shows you roughly where you are, and also where the other areas are. We also have Route 106, so 105 is a separate encounter. Of course, the problem with water route encounters is that basically it's just Wailmer, Tentacle, Wingull. Once you've got once you've got all of those, you basically don't need anything else. But we have a swimmer here. Actually, is this the first time we're seeing female swimmers? Swimmers are kind of interesting in that female swimmers actually have a new artwork for this game, but male swimmers reuse their artwork from X and Y, which is interesting. Not sure why that's the case, but still, anyway. I guess this is our first battle out at sea too, and yeah, this is relatively low level, but hopefully it should give the new members of our team a chance to get a little bit of experience. And the veteran members of our team, well, something special's about to happen to Trumpeter. Provided that he doesn't get destroyed. Azumarill. Azumarils can actually be kind of tough. I'll just go for Leaf Blade here. It is more than 10 levels lower than me. Okay, good, it's gone. Because if that thing had huge power, it could probably hit pretty hard. That's a lot of experience for something very low level. I don't think Mighty is the best user of Taunt. Taunt's better on more defensive Pokemon, and I have to TM anyway. Yes, you are floating. But something else is going to happen. Finally! This is surprisingly late for a starter evolution, really. But my Grovyle is now evolving. Finally, Trumpeter has become the ultimate trumpet Pokemon. Or not. But he's become Sceptile! Dual Chop? That's interesting. That might be new. That is a Dragon-type move, which is kind of interesting because when Sceptile Mega Evolves, it becomes Dragon-type. The problem is, like most of its move pool, Dual Chop is physical and not special. I keep saying this, but Sceptile really didn't like the physical special splits, and this would have been fantastic if this was still special, but it is not. It is physical. Oh, that's annoying. My hidden power is Bug, right? I mean, I guess it's better than Quick Attack, because I will be outspeeding pretty much most things anyway, but... I'd much prefer Dragon Pulse game, seriously. Please give Sceptile Dragon Pulse. Even Dragon Breath I'd prefer. I'll have to look up Sceptile's level up learn set, actually. But we have Dual Chop anyway. Best to save that for after we Mega, because it's not going to get stabbed unless we do. Yeah, that would make a Snorlax. Well, I guess Snorlax does learn Surf for a reason. I went on the wrong menu because I need to go check out my new Sceptile. Yeah, see, those stats are almost on par with Alakazam's. That speed is actually, yeah, almost on par with Alakazam's, and that special attack is only a little bit lower, so... Yeah, notice the big difference between attack and special attack? Sceptile is definitely meant to be a special attacker, and yet most of its move pool is physical! So annoying. Anyway, though. Yeah, see, it's even doing physical animations there. But finally, Trumpeter has reached his final stage. Yeah, the thing about Ruby and Sapphire's level curve is that your starters actually don't reach their final evolution for quite a while. But if we go this... Oh, okay, that led us back. Nothing much around there, though. There is something interesting, like, later on this route, and that's a triathlete, I think. Yeah, we can tell by the different encounter theme. So yeah, we have a triathlete, and once again, the triathletes are all male. No female triathletes in this generation, even in the water. I do admit, though, female triathletes were a bit redundant with female swimmers, so I understand why they got rid of them. Then again, male triathletes are also kind of redundant with male swimmers. Yeah, you know, this is a little not really too big of a battle for Sceptile's first Mega Evolution. But we can at least show off its newfound power. Definitely a lot stronger than before. Good that Bone Flute's getting a few levels. Spheal! Interesting! That's the first time we're going to see a Spheal. Spheal's a pretty cool Pokemon. I do really like Walrein. Like I've mentioned before, Walrein was one of my favourite Pokemon back when Ruby and Sapphire first came out, because it was one of the Pokemon I used in my main party, along with Shiftry and Gardevoir. But we have defeated Triathlete Vin, and apparently he's drowning. Unfortunately, I'm not a lifeguard, so, But you said you were drowning. Weird. Make up your mind. Are you drowning or are you not drowning? Yeah, around here, there's some interesting stuff. Yeah, like we need to be reminded to go to Petalburg City. We don't actually need to go to Petalburg City just yet. But we do have a Ruin Maniac here. Yes, I do know I do know something about this mythical rock. Ruin Maniac Foster. Nose Pass, okay. I think that's sturdy, doesn't it? I'm not really going to be doing much exploring around this area because I mean, this is a fairly boring route except for the island cave that I'm going to show. And yeah, I really just want to get to the abandoned ship, basically. Oh, no sturdy, okay. I thought it at least had... Oh, it has sturdy or magnet pull, doesn't it? Must have had magnet pull. Yeah, of course your Pokemon remained weak, especially in the original games when Nosepass couldn't evolve at all. Yeah, especially if that rock's a Helix fossil. Apparently there's a direct reference to that in the French translation, but, anyway. Isn't there a bird keeper on one of these islands? Not islands, but, like, beaches. I also don't remember this beach going on for this long or having this many trees on it originally. Let's see if we've got any... Well, there's apparently something here. There it is, Big Pearl. That sells for quite a bit of money. I guess I'll take that then. But if I remember correctly, the island ruins are up here. Yes, here they are, and you can see by the suspicious camera angle. But these aren't open just yet. We need to do something incredibly dang-it-y to actually open these, but I just wanted to show the location. Hey, swimmer, there you go. I'm riding on a Pokemon, can't you see? Have we seen male swimmers yet? Anyway, male swimmers do reuse their artwork from X and Y. Kavana, okay. This should... However, I am going to go with... Actually, wait a minute. Hidden Power is going to be super effective against you, being Bug. I'm going to go for this to avoid direct contact. Let's see if I can KO even with a 60 base power move. And I can. Goodbye, Kavana. That was very, very easy. Glub glub. Gotta love random swimmer defeated dialogue. Oh, you're a lifeguard! Okay, there was a guy over there who said he was drowning, and you might want to check on that, just saying. Hi, Tentacle. Oh yeah, there was another swimmer around here. I am giving Trumpeter a lot of screen time, but, you know, he's just evolved, he deserves it. And there are a lot of water types around here. Swimmer Austin. Oh, Wingull, okay. That is not exactly that good, but it is neutral to grass, so I can just grass pledge it. Yeah, that HP bar dropped quickly. This isn't going to be very much experience for the rest of my party. Pelipper, okay. If only we still had Jam. I don't exactly miss her all that much. I'm sorry, I don't like Pikachu, okay? And part of the reason why I'm not still using her is because I don't want to be unfair to the people who are watching who do like Pikachu and would have to deal with me constantly hating on Pikachu while having it in my party. So, as a compromise, I'm not going to use Pikachu because I would have nothing good to say about it. No one's leveling up, though. Get it? Because the sea is blue? Yeah, I believe it's due to the fact that light passes through it and only blue light gets filtered through or something, so that's why the sea's blue. There's actually a new route down here. Oh yeah, by the way, the encounter rate has actually been lowered while surfing, making it a lot more manageable, really. I mean, I could get, not Wurmple, Whalmer here, but maybe not. Down here is the side where Juvatown is, and hi, female swimmer. So the sea is your backyard, and then you're not going to take it easy because I'm a kid. Oh no. I'm sorry, but the name Nicole is kind of weird for me because, well, there's this really badly voice-acted game called Chaos Wars. Seriously, if you like bad voice acting, look that game up. It's hilarious. It makes Sonic 06 look like a masterpiece. Like, in terms of voice acting, like, really. But basically, there's a guy in there who's supposed to obviously, yes, a guy, he's male and he's a villain. And he's clearly supposed to be called Nikolai, a masculine Russian name. And for some reason, he's called Nicole, which makes him impossible to take seriously. Especially when other characters just say things like, "Stop it, Nicole." Actual impression of voice acting. Seriously, if you like laughing at bad acting, I recommend looking up Chaos Wars. It's hilarious. Except for that... Oh, anyway. Although there is one guy who is like... A character who's supposed to be a child who the staff very obviously got a child to voice him who knew nothing about acting, and he sounds really, really bad. Anyway, though, this guy has been taunting us ever since we got to Juford Town, so let's take him down. You've always been swimming just out of reach. Well, now I can reach you, and now you're gotta Gyarados. Maybe there was a good reason that we couldn't reach him before. I'm slightly scared. And Gyarados has a fantastic special defense, so... You know what? Desperate times call for... Unless this thing has Ice Fang. If I'm Mega and this thing has Ice Fang, I'm never going to hear the end of it, so I'm not going to Mega. Yeah, at least that did quite a bit. And it went for Bite anyway. Okay. Let's see if Jewel Chop can finish it off. Jewel Miss, more like. Of course, a 95% accuracy move, and it misses on the first strike. Jewel Chop! And Chop! And the second was a critical, apparently. That's going to give me probably a lot of experience. Okay, Tuba's getting close to super speed surfing. Eagle's definitely getting... Yes! I was wondering when you'd learn this. Finally, time to get rid of Psybeam and replace it for the new model. Psychic. The most... Well, the strongest psychic... Well, not the strongest psychic type move in the game. You give up, but you're not going to say uncle. Well, you apparently wouldn't, unless I had my Sharpedo with me. Oh, there's a triathlete here too. I guess you've also been taunting me for a while. Who do I use? Let's go with Air Horn this time. Yeah, I know you're all dying for me to use Eagle's Psychic on something, but I don't feel that cruel to this guy. I just talked to you, so obviously I want to challenge you. Triathlete Caleb. Another funny name to me, because it reminds me of a certain character in the novel Catch-22 that I had to read for high school. Yes, his birth name was Caleb Major, but apparently his parents had a cruel sense of humour, so they called him Major, middle name Major, and his surname was also Major, and then he went on to become a Major in the army, so his full name is Major, 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 Major. And they refused to promote him because that would just, you know, then he wouldn't be Major, 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 Major anymore. Catch-22 is a very weird book, if you if you haven't got the idea already. That's also a weird defeat quote. Oh, sounds kind of like Mario. Anyway, yeah, we're around Juford Town now. But no time to stop. Well, normally I would stop for a heal here, but I can't because